Hello everybody, welcome to another Still Speaks cast, but you already knew that because you are so smart. And speaking of the smartest people, only the smartest people have hit that subscribe button and they rang that bell and they turn on all notifications so they'd be part of the hottest Supreme Commander 2 action that this channel has to offer. It's free for you and it means the absolute world to me, so please help me out. And speaking of meaning the world to me and helping me out, click the link down below and check out my band's music. Right now, I think as of now, our latest track has been pulled. We are doing some stuff with it, trying to move it around. We're trying to figure out what to do with it. But click the link down below and check out Live, Laugh, Love. It's a song about Karens. It would really help me out a lot. So anyhow, guys, the map is Spring Duel 4v4. No, it is not a vanilla map. You have to join the Supreme Commander 2 Discord server to get this map. You got to ask around, talk to people, maybe even... You might be able to talk to Alphahex, who recently made it to 1,000 subscribers. So click the link down below to subscribe to him. And speaking of Alphahex, he made this eco viewer. It is wonderful. And we got the player's color right here. The players, their names, the mass per second, the energy per second, the research, and the research per minute. So definitely subscribe to him and help him out. And help out Iron Commander. He has a YouTube channel as well. Click the link down below to check him out. So anyhow, we got Team 1 over to the west and Team 2 over to the east. So let's get this on. I'm going to introduce the players, and we're going to have a good time. So we got ProtOS.tar spawning in as the purple Aeon Commander, dropping down a triple... What would you call that? Well, he's going to go for 4 fast mass extractors. He's got a land factory right coming down there. He's the bottom guy on the eco viewer, if you need help reading that. And then we got pankyeatspancakes spawning in as the olive Aeon Commander, dropping down a double research station opener. I'm gonna call him Pancakes or Panky. I will figure that out soon enough. And then we got Krawl spawning in as the teal UEF Commander, dropping down a double research station opener. His engineers should be building the mass extractors, in my opinion, because the commander builds research faster. And then we got the man of the hour, Alphahex, spawning in as the brown Cyber Commander, dropping down a double research station opener. So we'll see how that works out for him. And speaking of the one and the only, we got the one, the only Iron Commander, spawning in as the green Cyber ACU, dropping down a research station and a double land factory opener. And then we got Kilerito spawning in as the yellow UEF Commander, dropping down a double land factory opener. Whoa, did you hear my voice? Doing a double land factory opener with the research station. He was doing the commander trick right there, so that was really helping him out. And then we got Callin 300 spawning in as the orange. I almost called him UEF. The orange Aeon Commander, dropping down a forward land factory. He has gotten a research station and a bunch of eco. A little too much energy for my liking for this early on, but hey, what do I know? And then we got BGAFTF spawning in as the blue Cyber Commander, dropping down a research station and a double land factory opener. And the attacks have already began. We got Fishtooths shelling. Well, could we call it shelling? Their missiles. What do we call that? I'm going to say shelling away from this high ground. But lucky for that, 14-2, BG has unlocked adapters. So those missiles aren't going very far, and Colin is building a shield generator underneath his factory shield. I'd put it behind the factory, but I think he wants more space to defend. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. He wants more defensive space. So my voice may sound a little weird. I got off that medication that I talked about a couple matches away that helped clear up my voice. I went off of it because it made me depressed. Let's just put it that way. It made me feel really bad. I got off it. I feel great again. I didn't talk about it too much because, well, y'all don't need to worry about me. I'm fine. I know how to handle myself. I felt bad, so I was like, I better get off this stuff. And I did, and I'm looking to change medication, talking to my doctor maybe about a lifestyle change or something. Sorry I'm talking too much about my life and not about the match, but I figured some of you might know and want to know why my voice is doing this stuff sometimes. So forgive me, I'm still going to get out a cast for you. And I love the mobile missile launcher stuff here going on with the mass extractors. We got some Brackman trying to fire up the hill, taking out ProtOS.tar's units. Not really super successful. ProtOS.tar still trying to destroy everything, or not super successful, because again, there's a bunch of shields. Krawl and Panky tried to push up to do some work. Not going to happen. I think these mass extractors have been cut off because the threat of these units are just too strong. And ProtOS.tar is going to have a heck of a time keeping all this alive. Yeah, look at that. I think that mass extractor, boom, that's a second time. That's like, let's see, mass extractors cost about $250, and the rebuild costs about $125. That's about $750 mass plus an engineer because he rebuilt each of them. So they cost half if you build on the wreck, right? So, you know, 250, that's 500, 125, 125, that's another 250, that's 750 mass loss for ProtOS.tar. That is a painful thing. Krawl using his ACU to tickle these units. Not really going to do much damage because there are a lot of P shields. P shields absorb damage very, very well. You got to get a bunch of MMLs to drop the shields, then the damage can be done. Yeah, these mass extractors are not going to be taken. Yeah, they're moving their units. Team 2's moving their units over here. They're probably going to need these two mass extractors, which would be a giant pickup right there. That's going to really suck for Panky. Panky is going to lose about 500 mass worth of buildings and a bunch of mass per second. But Alphahex saves the day with a megalith. This megalith is, Alphahex is losing a mass extractor. What is this gonna die? Is this going to die? Ooh, that is devastating. A gantry is down. That mass extractor will survive. I don't know why they're retreating, because they have enough to stick around and tank. Well, no, they don't really have enough to tank for too long. Yeah, these megaliths are not dropping the shields as fast as they would like, but a nice little counterattack. Panky is pushing up. Is he going to attack these mass extractors? No, he's not. He's going to try to drop shields. I think that's what he finds more valuable right now, which I can't blame him. Yeah, those shields are going down. There's 2 megaliths now, so more than 1 megalith, well, that helps drop shields, right? 1 megalith can't really chew through shields all that great. 2 might. Yeah, those shields blink back on really fast. Now, ProtOS.tar probably going to ground fire at these units to help drop shields. Yeah, they're going to try to do that. The Loyalists are making that a little bit more difficult, but I think the Loyalists don't actually take out any missiles on missiles until, like, they've gone lower than this shield. I wonder if that's what the developers did on purpose, to let them hit the shield so that shields would drop. That'd be pretty smart, because that's the only way to really counter shields for at least Aeon. Well, I mean, Shotras are supposed to do it, but they don't really. Well, any race, really. Yeah, MMLs versus MMLs. Ooh, just breathe on that. It'll die, but Panky did not have... Oh, did Panky... Yes, Panky got a mass extractor. And Krawl finally has a Fat Boy, which is definitely going to help drop those shields. Again, any of these units by themselves aren't going to drop shields at all. You got to have a mass of them. Yeah, these shots just aren't super useful. Yeah, see, they can't show. Now they're useful. Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. Very useful shotchas, except for... none of them died from that? All right. That's cool. Now, this Fat Boy could stay far away, and it's doing its job. Just sit there and let it shoot. It's doing its job. Wow, that long-range point defense could really shoot up that hill? No way. Alright, why would you teleport those two guys to their death? Two Fat Boys and 5 megaliths. Will shields drop? I don't know. Teleporting into... Will them walk into structure detonate? Panky loses a bunch of units from an otherwise what would be a successful attack. Now, Team 2 is losing ground in their southern area, but they still have all this mass up here. Now, we got a bunch of recyclers. These recyclers have better range than Megas and Fat Boys, so they could quite literally reclaim a megalith. See that? That megalith got reclaimed to death, and that is free mass for BG. BGATAF is getting free mass. This is a great move here. A bunch of shields and a bunch of recyclers are literally going to be what makes this. So these guys, see, these megas are not going to live. The Fat Boys are next. I hate to tell you that. Yeah, you can't out-repair. See, these megas, see, you can only have one repair unit, like one engineer repair a unit, but you can have multiple recyclers siphon its health off. You see how fast that went down? This one's being repaired, and so it's going slower, but it's dead. Just like that. 4 recyclers. Okay, so Panky has pushed in, taking point defense fire. Structure detonate, not killing anybody. Iron Commander trying to get in there with unit detonate. Very effective, quite good. There must have been some jump jets here that I didn't see. Yeah, like I said, Fat Boys are next. This guy is getting recycled. It's not a super fast death, but it's a death nonetheless. So Alphahex is up to no good, I could guarantee it. Alphahex is up to something. He just control K'd a factory and he reclaimed it. He's up to something. His ACU fell back. He's not producing very many. He's not producing megas at all. He's saving up mass. He's got over 1,100 mass, going into 1,200, which I would say is a bad thing, but he's up to something. Now, BG is floating mass. That's really bad. I don't know what he's doing. There's not a lot of room on this map, so you could forgive floating mass. Like Krawl is floating 4,000. He can't have a whole bunch of gantries, so that's why that's a thing. That's why these guys are floating mass. It's just a thing. And that is what Alphahex is up to. He's building an array of long-range artillery. He's going to probably get 3. He's probably going to save up for 3. And then he's going to put the herd on him. He control K8 factory. Yeah, he's going to probably get 3 and put the herd on him. Because at this point, 2 is not going to do enough damage. Your opponent could put up enough shields to defend for a little while. But as soon as there's 3 could almost instantly wipe out a factory. At least faster than your opponent can respond. Yeah, so BG's getting a lot of free mass. That's why BG is floating. So before the third one is built, Alphahex launched his attack. I find that interesting. But the third one is done, so it is all good. I guess 2 is good, but I think 3 is even better. Yeah, whatever these are going to hit, it's going to be a sorry day. Look how fast that factory dies. And it's gone with an energy generator. Now we got a fat boy for Kilerito, which is going to wipe things out rather slowly. Yeah, that Mega's toast. Now 4 going for a fifth. What would you call that? Artillery piece. That's gonna insta-kill things. We got Colin trying to build shields. I don't know if that's gonna be enough against 5. Look how fast this base is gonna go down. As soon as it starts attacking. And then these things have cameras on them. I know lots of people say don't waste your research on the cameras, but I think the cameras are very valuable because you could see a lot of what your opponent's doing, especially when they move away. A bunch of Panky's units died, I think, to Fat Boy Fire, so that's not ideal. Yeah, look how fast BG's base is getting cleared out. BG doesn't care because he's floating like 2,000 mass. Krawl is floating 5,000. But like I said, Krawl doesn't have space for... What is this? Oh, no. Krawl doesn't have space for factories. But he's building a King Cryptor, so that's a first. Well, not a first. We don't see King Cryptors very often because they're not amazing units. But in this case, they might be good because they have more health. And they do some pretty good direct damage. Look at these shields that Colin just built drop. There's 4 of them. They're getting just wrecked. Yeah, look how low health these ACUs have. Look at how fast that gantry's being drained. A king is born, a king arises. All hail the king. One of the absolute worst units in Supreme Commander 2. But it's got a cool name. So let's see what the King Cryptor can do. Very hard for it to maneuver because it's so big. It's a king after all. There's a teleport. Panky moved his units right there, alright. Nice place for these recyclers. Now, shields need to be constantly built because these shields are going to go down. There's no way. A Magnetron being built, not a bad choice at all. A loyalty gun by ProtOS.tar and a Magnetron by Alphahex. Alphahex can't even get there because Panky and he are being weird. BG dies, but we got that king. I think BG died from a telesnipe from Panky, but I was too busy watching this weird stuff happening here. Cut that out, you two. Get the king in there. We want to see the king in action. But look, the king can't move anywhere because this is a small map, dude. Iron Commander's in danger. Losing the Magnetron. The king is... Oh, the king is in action. Here it comes. Yeah, the king does not care. No one's even shooting at the king. Wow, that was actually a lot of damage. King Cryptors do a lot of damage, but they get kited by Bat Boys. But on a small map like this, King Cryptors are actually pretty viable. Look at them break through shields. They do not care about shields. Yeah, they don't care about your shields. Yeah, Iron Commander is doing the moonwalk because he's being pulled in. think he control Cade, but he's being pulled in by a Magnetron, and that is all she wrote for Team 2, except for Colin. Colin, oh, there he goes. That's all she wrote for Team 2. So Team 1, splendid match. I thought they were going to lose, to be honest with you, because they did not have the mass advantage at all in that game. But I got to say, they held on. Those shields had been very intimidating. Other lesser teams would have crumbled and just given up. But no, not Team 2, not Alphahex, not Panky, not Krawl, and not ProtOS.tar. They held strong. Great players. And that's not to say that AFTF isn't great. Iron Commander, Kilerito, and Colin aren't great. They are amazing players. In fact, Iron Commander is one of the best players. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Seriously, you could see some of him playing point of view and learn from this guy. One of the best players in the world. Same with Alphahex. He does a lot of tutorials, so subscribe to his channel as well. So anyhow, thank you for sending me this replay, Alphahex. It was a fun one. I had to show everybody because there was a lot of back and forth. And a lot of weird stuff happened. And we got to see a King Cryptor. How often do you get to see a king? How often do you get to see a king? Not very often. Because it's not usually viable. In a small map, this is a very, very viable unit. I love it. So Krawl made King Cryptors viable. I did not realize how well they dropped shields. So if you're in a bind, you need to drop shields, get out a couple kings, you might be able to do it. So yeah, awesome match. I enjoyed it. So yeah, like this video, subscribe to my channel, favorite it because it helps me out. Send your replays to stillspeaks@gmail.com, or do like Alphahex did. He's part of the Supreme Commander 2 Discord server. He uploaded the replay and he added me, and he was patient. You could also join the Supreme Commander 2 Discord server. Find me on it and direct message me. That's another way to get your replay to me. But only do one of those because someone has done more than one in the past, and it confused me, and I don't like being confused. Don't do it. Be nice. But yeah, the Supreme Commander 2 Discord server has more than 3,000 members, which is a very high number of people for a game that's over 10 years old. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think you should join if you haven't already. You could actually find people to play against, and you could get these maps like this Spring Duel 4v4 and some of the new maps that are being worked on by the community. Amazing stuff. So yeah, join the Supreme Commander Discord. Wow, the Supreme Commander Discord server. Cue Alphahex's ad now.
What? You still haven't joined the biggest Supreme Commander 2 Discord in the world with over 1,000? 2,000? You have General, Hall of Fame, all the YouTube channels, all the YouTube videos, streaming. Don't worry about that. Ask for some help, post some memes, send some replays, find a game, dead chat. We even have a channel for all the Xbox Subcom 2 players. So what are you waiting for? Click the first link in the video description or just type Supreme Commander 2 in this thing that nobody will ever use. You should join now!
Comment down below, say something nice with the players about the game. Just say something nice. We need all the nice things in the world to say. If you don't have anything to say, the king is here, baby. The king is here. That sounds good to me. And if you like what I do, and you want to support this channel, the Patreon page, click the link down below to get involved with that. I got Alphahex, Iron Commander, and what's that guy's name? A Cone. And I have one more guy who I am struggling to say his name, and that is embarrassing because I should have it on tap at all times. But I gotta be honest with you. He's got a difficult name. ProtOS.tar. ProtOS.tar is another patron. Thank you for being a patron, my friend. You guys are amazing. And if you don't want a subscription service and you just want to tip me once and be done with it, you could also do a subscription there too. But Ko-Fi, you could just give me one-time donation, no problem. $5 and we're good. Thank you if you want to give me money. And if you want to get something in return, you can buy all my band's music at bandcamp.com. I recommend doing that there now because we're separating out our old band's music from Black It Out to a new band's name that I'm not going to tell you yet. You'll just have to wait and see. So I'll tell you about that later, and you can buy my band's music. But if you definitely go to pankyeatspancakes.com, you can buy it all for $3. So yeah, really cool stuff. And if you don't want to spend any money, I got you. Just comment this video, like it, subscribe, watch the video all the way through. Feed the algorithm, that's what you got to do. And you want to be even more awesome, check out my band's music, videos on YouTube. Watch it all the way through, comment, like, do all the things, subscribe to those channels. Helps me out immensely. You have no idea. Feed the algorithm. And if you want to be even more awesome, check out my band's Spotify account. Listen to the songs at least two times through, and add them to a playlist and follow my band there. That helps feed the algorithm, helps me out immensely. You guys are amazing for listening to me and wanting to help me out. I appreciate you. So yeah, I'm going to end this. Share with your friends, family, and folks. Can need something interesting to watch as well. And as always, everyone, GG.
Talk is cheap, but lies are expensive. Only if you get caught. Think before you speak and remember, actions are loud.